thanks for joining Let's Get to Talking, presented to you by Black Gay Table Talk. I'm Keenan.
I'm Dorian.
Join us as we take you on a journey of discussion from two Black gay male perspectives.
Get ready for authentic, heartfelt, raunchy, thought-provoking, and relatable shows.
We're happy to be a part of your podcast family.
Let's get to talking.
Thanks for joining another episode of Let's Get to Talking, presented to you by Black Gay Table Talk. I'm Keenan.
And I'm Dorian.
And for today's episode, we're talking about friendships. Plain and simple, friendships, right? No, friendships in the Black gay community.
Well, let's tell the people how you really feel, Keenan. Let's get to talking.
Let's get to talking. So, all right. So, thinking about friendships and having authentic friendships, right? Let me ask you, do you feel that it's harder to have an authentic friendship with someone in the community or someone outside of the community?
That's double-edged sword for me. I think it can be accomplished on both ends, because I do have friendships that are just about equally as long as my oldest heterosexual relationship.
Okay.
I'm also that type of person that I've never been that one that wanted to be Mr. Popular. So if I have allowed you into my circle, there is something that I see in you that is worthy enough of me keeping you around or interacting with you on a frequent basis.
Got it. Okay. And in other words, that it can happen on both ends of the spectrum.
Yes.
Okay. So I honestly think sometimes that it is harder to have gay friends than it is to have straight friends.
So explain, share your reasonings.
Well, I think it comes down to like sometimes the messiness that can happen when you have, and people always say, well, when women get together, like it's this, that. Sometimes when the gays get together, it's a lot, and I'm just being real. I think that sometimes you can get into a clique of friends, and a lot of times we can be overly. A lot of times we can be overly sexual. So I think that sometimes can play into the mix of having friends, right? Whether it's, well, I think they fucking, or I think he fucking his man. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it may be, it's just more of that I've personally seen that can happen. Or, oh, he tried him and he dating him. And
But that doesn't make a friendship questionable. I'm also going to throw this in too.
Okay.
I think the older you get, you're going to realize that a lot of the things that you just said will drastically decrease.
Really?
And so I'm speaking from my experience and where I am currently.
Okay, so in your cliques, in your social groups.
Okay. Also, before you ask that question, because I think I know where you're about to go. So I want to say,
go ahead.
I have a close knit of what I call true friends, like my brothers, who none of the things that you said goes on with that particular, because it's such a small group and we know what we bring to that group. Got it. And we're almost, like I said, like siblings. I know what he's going to say to trigger him off. He knows what's going to say. But then I also have my hangout buddies, my hangout friends, my comrades, who the people I'm going to juke it up and party with. And yeah, I will occasionally go places with them or go travel with them. Yeah. But it's not that other group of friends also.
Okay. I think I get what you're saying. I think I get it.
The number over here is much smaller than the number over here. I consider both groups to be friends.
Okay.
But this one I hold close near to my heart.
Okay.
Not to say that I wouldn't do anything for the other group. I'm just trying to distinguish the two.
Okay.
And I think as you get older, and we know the difference between our ages, you will realize that, yeah, that stuff is going to get left behind.
Well, it's already left behind for me, but what I'm saying is, what I'm saying is that is what I find a lot of times, or I have found, or in my experience, that's what it has been or looked like. But I don't know. I just think that sometimes it can depend on, I don't know, like it. Let me ask you this. Do you think that you have to worry about how you look, how you act, how you behave? Do you think that those things can play a part into how you're into having a friendship, having a good friendship? Like, do you think that we sometimes look to those things to see if we can be friends with somebody?
I don't. And it goes to, my favorite quote. It goes to, I
They're gonna
believe
judge you.
they're going to judge me regardless.
I know.
Whether I wear purple today, whether I have a ponytail today, I'm going to be judged. Somebody
So we know that.
out there.
We know that. But the question is, do you think that it's relevant? Do you think that...
I don't.
I know you don't. Do you see people do it? You know what I'm asking you, black man.
I don't. So that's what I'm saying. I don't, because I care less.
Okay, you care less. But I will say I have friends who will avoid certain circles because they know that these are the B-boys, right? These no, I won't even say trade, not trade. These the boys that like to go somewhere and if you're in the black gay community, you know what I mean when I say as one of the boys, okay? But they will avoid those scenarios because they know when they go, they are going to show up more feminine than the group that's going to be there. So I think a lot of times the friendship can be based off of those surface level things. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
I believe I do. But I think what makes the gay community so great, and especially the male gay, there's level of, and that's another topic we're going to talk about, masculinity versus feminine.
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, if somebody saying, oh, well, we can't bring Susie along or Sean along because he's not butch enough.
Yeah.
I can truly say in both of my circles, that's not the case. Okay. If you're in, you're in.
Okay. That's a good thing. Now,
but once again, my average age group that I deal with is probably a lot older than your average age group.
No, you're about there. I tend to hang out with older. All my friends end up being older.
Which I tend to hang out with a little younger.
Yeah. But, okay, so let me ask you this then. Do you think have you seen that sometimes sex can skew friendships in the gay community? In our community, I should say.
Absolutely. Well, that's a given.
Why?
I think, I'm going to use this term loosely, hidden agendas, alcohol, just wanted to try it out. Let's keep it real. We're talking about gay relationships.
Yeah. Yeah.
And should, as friends, cross that line? They probably shouldn't, but it takes a level of maturity to say, okay, we woke up. I'm trying to think about the movie, The Best Man, and that very first episode when Q woke up with at the very end when with Shelby, and they looked at each other.
And they screamed,
and I know if no one has seen all of the episodes, they ended up getting married or being together. But the fact that you knew that this was a small college group of friends and their relationship was so love-hate already. Yeah. And they were so polar opposites, even though they were in the same circle, that at the very end, they ended up sleeping together. So I know it can happen in the gay friendships, but I think it takes a certain level of maturity to say, okay, we did it. We shouldn't probably do it again, and let's move on without interrupting the dynamics of the friendships.
Okay. So you think you are able to come back from the one slip up or the one mistake.
Yeah, because it happens.
Or try out. Because I don't think it's a mistake if both of you.
You know, I love the term. Let's try it out. Let's see what it's all about. Let me see what everybody else been talking about.
So, okay, that's cool. But then what about the ones who have the ongoing, relationship or not relationship, the ongoing fuck buddies? I mean, fuck buddies. I know I'm cursing a whole lot.
No, so here's the reality to it. If you feelings when you fuck buddies, someone's gonna be a little bit more involved in or emotionally invested in it than somebody else. No two people can go into that relationship being total equals on their emotions.
Why do you feel that way?
Somebody's gonna be 80%, somebody's going to be 20, somebody's going to be 51%, and somebody's going to be 49%.
Okay.
So the problem to me begins when that person that's a little bit more invested emotionally isn't able to turn it off as quickly as the person that's not equally invested in it.
Okay. So, well, I'm not going to ask you this question. So
you see your friends know you because they probably he'd have thought that and said like, mm-mm. Your friends know you. So reword this question a way that I might be able to or want to answer it.
You being the age that you are now, right? And having the experiences that you've had now, would you entertain a relationship? Would you be able to have a friendship with someone that has been with the person that you're dating?
Yes.
Oh, you took a deep breath on that.
So it goes to, I think there's a lot of factors in it. How long have we been broken up prior to them getting together? How our relationship ended? The type of friendship I have with this person that's now dating my ex. There's a lot. It's not a one size fit all. There's a lot of other factors that go in it at this stage.
No. You're currently dating someone.
Okay.
That has had sex with your friend, right? Because a lot of times when you have
my friends or a friend. So I need to know if this singular or plural.
It could be either way, because a lot of times when you do, and this is me being 100, when you get into the circles, there's a lot of, oh, well, he didn't have him, or they didn't have, and you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of that can take place or has taken place in some of these circles, right or wrong.
Correct. That's absolutely correct.
So my question is, are you able to be in a relationship with someone that has had sexual relations with your friend or friends in the circle?
I'm gonna stick to the answer that I said earlier. I could.
Okay. All right. So how would you describe that for me? How would you navigate the terrain of being in a situation where at any given moment, any one of your friends could be referencing a moment with your current boyfriend, and go?
Well, once again, I asked and you never gave me a direct answer. Was this a friend or friends? So now if you're saying plural, I probably would not. So I have to feel comfortable in my own self. And at the age I am, I realize that I've had my share and that he has probably had his share too. So I can't be upset. Do I want to hear my friend saying, oh, is I don't even want to use any names. Let me think of a name. This is not a popular name. Is Josiah doing it the same way nowadays? Oh. I'm probably going to cut that conversation real short. Dude, we're not about to have this conversation. What you and Josiah did, when y'all did it, and how y'all did it, keep that between you. But if I'm your friend, you should be able to respect that.
True. So then you have a situation where they're not talking about it with you, but here this bitch come. Stop talking about it. You know what I'm saying?
I know how to remove myself. I'm always gonna have enough room in my cocktail glass to go pour me another cocktail.
But I will admit, it's hard for me. It's been hard.
It is.
Have friends or have those circles, I guess. Well, I'm not gonna say hard. I've learned over the years to separate the circle or to divide myself or remove myself, right?
That goes to making that cocktail. Y'all can go and have this conversation.
Not even remove myself that way. I've always been the one to move on. Like, okay, well, because I feel like friendships have breakups, whether they come back around or not. I've been the one, depending on how close we are. I mean, maybe it's run its season and we were supposed to be friends before this started, or maybe we were supposed to be in a relationship for me to recognize how amazing my friends are, whatever that may be. I don't know. I just typically have not held on. I know that sounds kind of bad, right?
No, it doesn't sound bad. Speaking for myself, I've never been that person to just wake up today and just purge a friendship. My friendships have dissolved over moving away, leaving a job. But it goes to where I started at the beginning of this conversation, that if you're on that left side and you're that close friend, I don't care how far you go, whether you go all the way to the West Coast or all the way to the East Coast or all the way down south or all the way up north, we're going to get together. We're going to hang out. We're going to do what's going to, I'm going to see you. You're going to come and see me.
Yeah.
But these are years of friendship.
I'm not talking about those friendships. Those friendships like you and I have, it don't matter. It does not matter how long we go without talking,
right?
Or what the gist is. Like we have that, I don't know, that bond, I guess.
Right.
But the ones in the cliques that I don't know, it's hard to describe it.
But here's the thing, when you use the term clique, I also realize that everybody in the clique
is not your friend.
Isn't necessarily my friend. They're probably associates, but everybody don't have the same level of, there's certain people in the clique that you're going to say, okay, I really, really hang out, or, I really, really get down with this person, and when that clique gets together or that group of friends get together, you're looking forward to seeing X person, like, ooh, such and such is going to be out today. I'm so glad to get to see such and such today. I haven't seen such and such in a week or two, so you look forward, and the first thing they do when they come in the door, oh, come over here, I got to tell you this, or, let me catch you up on what's been going on, X, Y, Z.
Mm-hmm.
So that goes to, this is hard. It's hard.
Go ahead, go for it. Go.
No, it's just knowing where you have to put your friends and associate to a point where you know what side they're on. And I think it goes to what I said earlier. When you get to be a man of a particular age, you'll really, really, truly understand that. Mm-hmm. I think you're like on that cusp of transitioning over to that.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't.
But you're not quite there yet.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah, you're not quite there yet.
I don't have issues like that. I don't know. I just, being on the outside looking in, a lot of times you're able to see a lot of things that other people can't see. And since I've never been one to join the cliques or even feel like I have a place in cliques, I've been able to witness how the dynamics are, what goes on, how, there's always what I call a runt of the clique, or how there's always the messiness and the shadiness. Like, and I shouldn't say always, but there are those. I mean, you're dealing with multiple people, so there's bound to be and multiple personalities. So there's bound to be some type of conflict or drama at some point. I just think that a lot of times given that we can sometimes be emotional creatures and we could sometimes be sexual creatures and sometimes we could be all these other things that make us up, I think that I've seen a lot of drama that was both unnecessary and avoidable. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not trying to put a stereotype on, and I'm sure that things are evolving and there's no cookie cutter friendship or whatever the case may be. But I do think that, it beckons the discussion of how we show up to our friends and what are some boundaries for us? You know what I'm saying? To have healthy friendships or healthy clique associations, if you will,
So let me ask you this. Why don't you define the difference, your definition of a clique versus a friendship?
A clique is when you got, like, say maybe two people that you consider friends, and then they have their friends that are always in the clique.
Okay, so we're on the same page.
Yeah, yeah. But those different dynamics, sometimes there could be silos within cliques. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And those silos can shift. Like, oh, so this week we're not talking to Dorian because that bitch did this, blah, 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 blah. This week, you know what, Keenan did this, and, so forth, so on. So don't invite him. And then so, you know what I'm saying? Like, shit like that does still go on. And to me, it's kind of elementary, but it does happen. And so I don't know. I think talking about it and being better able to identify it sometimes can help probably, sustain some friendships that aren't meant to last long.
Cliques have their seasons.
Okay.
Whether it's a long season or a short season. Is it a summer clique or is it a winter clique?
Right.
I think when I think of cliques, I think that at any given time, someone is going to come into that clique or drop off of that clique.
Okay. Now, go ahead.
So, in the example I'll use, like today, even though you and I don't have a clique among ourselves, but say I came home and I brought two people from Atlanta with me and we hung out, locally at home for a few weeks. I consider that a clique at this point. You gained two new associates that you are familiar with, and you can coexist around them.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just that a clique more so. You inherited other friends through me bringing them around. And can the shift change that you found out, ooh, I really enjoyed him bringing Paul around, and you and Paul become good friends?
Mm-hmm.
That's always a possibility. That's the same thing when you take the risk of having a threesome. Somebody gonna get the goody goods, and somebody might feel left out.
Got it. Okay. Okay. Hey.
I know that kind of threw you for a loop to throw that in there, but you understood the analogy. When you get the analogy that I was using.
Yeah, I got you. Okay. So have you said that you've had breakups or friendships have dissolved from moving away, etc. Can you think of a time where you actually had to be like, you know what? I love you. I wish you well, but let's gonna put this friendship on the rocks real quick because of XYZ.
I have not.
No,
I haven't. I do know people that will cut a friendship off in a heartbeat.
Okay.
And I'm not even looking at you side eye.
Oh, okay.
I generally know people like that. They like, I'm not dealing with,
And let me make sure I paint a better picture of this for myself. So I'm not the type to cut off a friendship like that. I'm very aware of when the season is closing. You get what I'm saying? So I'm not the type to hold on and fight for. No. We've been in this place. We got what we were supposed to get from it. Okay, now it's time to move forward and take whatever it is that I got from that with me as I go, on to the next step in my journey. Some doors do have to close, and I've always understood that. And it's not a matter of, oh, I'm giving up or anything like that. It's really just the simple fact of, okay, with, I don't know, there's just a sensitivity that my spirit has in when the finish line is there. I don't know. That's the best way I can put it. But I fight very hard to give myself authentically in friendships. And there's only been like maybe one or two that I can think of that did end. Because I mean, as a friend, there are foundational things you need. Trust, you know what I'm saying? A certain level of transparency. There are things that you need in that friendship. And so there are maybe two times I can think of that I ended the friendship because of something in particular.
Okay, but you had a reason for ending it.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
And that's where I'm going with it. You had a reason to end it versus just waking up one day and just saying, I'm not going to.
Yeah. You better watch it. I might cut your ass down.
What have I told you before? I've been cut down by better people. So it is what it is.
I'll find your ass.
Yo, you gonna stop calling me or something? Okay.
But I don't know.
Well, just for the record, I'll go to Walmart and replace you with a new friend.
Walmart?
Yeah.
Why Walmart?
Well, that's your caliber already, so.
Oh, it is. Got it. Okay. I didn't know we were going to, start.
Okay, that's my comedian side. Enough comedian jokes for the day.
How we joked like that, but that's fine. And at the local Dollar General, we'll find your replacement, okay?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, they went up to $1.25 everything, so my value went up.
But have you ever had to have a hard conversation or end a friendship over them betraying you or something like that?
None come to thought right now. None of them. So, yeah, nothing comes to mind. I can say I've been in a relationship that the trust level was not there. And at a certain point, it was like, at this point, we will never gain the same level of trust. I don't care. There's nothing you can do at this point that I will ever want to trust you because of. So in that case, and I'm still friends with the person. Do I talk every day? Do I talk once a month? No, but I still consider them a friend, if that makes sense.
Got it.
Or maybe you remove the word friend and say associate. If they were to walk into the venue or location where I was, without a doubt, we're going to talk, we're going to hug. But I wouldn't put my daily trust in them. I would not call them to confide in them. I would not call and ask them to come and fix a flat tire. By the way, I do know how to fix my own flat tire, but just using.
I know too. I think, yeah. Okay. So what do you think some of the components of a healthy friendship are outside of the generic, oh, we got to have trust, we got to have, what do you think?
I think there should be some similarities in personalities. I think there should be some common factors that keep you engaged. Hobbies, traveling, if you crocheting, you need to have a lot of things that bring you together as a group. You can have a cocktail group, people that like to drink. You can have that group. You can have the group that likes to go fishing, and you can have the group that just likes to go to the beach every week. So you have to have something. The two of you should have something in common, or the three of you.
Okay. I think that they need boundaries too.
I think at a certain age, you should know what your boundaries are. If I have to tell you your boundaries, we probably shouldn't be friends.
Well, not even that. Is sometimes I think that sometimes I think you can have people who I don't want to say they're needy, but they want to have that friendship or that relationship. And they may sometimes compromise on those boundaries because they feel like they're going to lose that friend. You get what I'm saying?
It makes a lot of sense. But you got to know your own self-worth.
True.
And if you're willing to sacrifice something that you know you normally would not accept or deal with just to stay in that circle,
yeah,
that's a decision you made for your own self. You weren't able to make that decision for me. I made that decision to say, oh, well, I'll let them talk about me today just to stay in the group. You can't be mad at nobody.
Right. True. So to the person that is in the clique or trying to find their voice with that friend, what advice would you have to give them?
The only advice that I know is to be yourself, be authentic to yourself, because that's who you have to be authentic to yourself. And to know that no one friendship makes or breaks you. And when I say that, whether they talk to you or not, you're still going to survive. The only people that I know who come in the world with their best friends are like twins and triplets.
Mm-hmm.
They've been in that sack from day one.
Yeah.
Other than that, the majority of this world, we came out as single births.
Mm-hmm.
So whether our family members are our best friends or we are inherit friends through the growth of our lives as our best friends,
Mm-hmm.
we choose, it goes to that saying, we choose our closest and best friends, but our family is assigned to us.
Right. Well, I agree. I think I would say the only thing I want to add is if you are in the group format or the clique format and you have that clique, look at the dynamics. Don't be naive. Look at the dynamics of the cliques, but at the same time, be secure in what it is you're bringing to that setting, that group, and know what your boundaries are. Because it's very easy to get caught up into the, oh, well, she didn't invite me here, or he didn't invite me there. And, well, they, nobody's choosing me, or, you know what I'm saying? It, believe it or not, it can be easy to get caught up in that, especially if you're the type that really thrives off of gaining and trying to maintain friends. But also too, there's a certain time when you have to take how do I put it? Take a step back and really give it the justice that it's due. It doesn't make or break you that this person isn't talking to you, or this person hasn't chosen you, or, that you're not vibing or gelling with the group. It doesn't make or break you or what you have to offer. There are just seasons and motions or waves to any relationship, including friendships. So evaluate if it's worth holding on to, what else you're willing to put into it, and make the best long-term decision for yourself with that friendship. Yeah.
It makes sense. I agree with what you said. To add to that, yeah, you said if someone didn't invite you, my 20-year-old self would have probably felt left out if I didn't get invited. My 50-year-old self, every party is not meant for me to be.
Mm-hmm.
First of all. Secondly, when I choose to entertain at my house, I think about personalities and dynamics of who I'm inviting. Because if just every single person comes and they bring you really don't know the dynamics of how your party is going to be.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I know Paul is quiet. I know you know Terrence is loud and boisterous. Mm-hmm. I know Peter's going to want to make sure that everybody's taken care of, and he's going to go around trying to be the second host with the most. Mm-hmm. Oh, are you comfortable? Can I get you? So you have to know the dynamics of your cliques, your friends, your peers. So okay. when you bring that group together for a social event, know the dynamics of the people you're inviting.
True.
And then you should understand the vibe of what your party is going to turn out.
Mm-hmm. 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 And I'd say, to add on, well, depending on the person, because you got to take a look at how they're going to take it, but be transparent with them and let them know, hey, this is the reason why I didn't invite you. I didn't invite you, girl, because you tend to be down, or when you get drunk, you get really emotional, and we trying to play some
turn up.
And it takes that person, to want to make the change, obviously, but at least your conscience is clear because you tried to shed light on,
For me, if you were to call and say, hey, I didn't invite you because of XYZ, my 50-year-old self would be totally okay with that.
Yeah.
My 20-year-old self, I probably would have been like, why me? Why didn't you just not invite the other person?
Right.
But that goes to, I think, a lot of maturity now. Hey, yeah, I get to go to bed early on a Saturday night. Thumbs up.
So what about the couples in the group versus?
I was just getting ready to ask you that exact question. That's a hard place to be in. And depending on how freshly their breakup is, I will tell you, I had a situation, and I don't think they would mind me talking about it. But when I turned 40, a couple I knew had recently broken up. And it was hard. It was a hard decision to decide. And I wanted both of them there.
Mm-hmm.
It meant the world that both of them be there for me.
Mm-hmm.
So I made the awkward call of calling both of them and say, hey, you are invited. I want you there. I need you there. But I have to be honest with you. I'm still going to invite your ex.
Oh.
And I did the same thing on the other end. Hey, they know. I need to know how you guys are going to interact. And I can truly say that they both was, one of them like, yeah, I know how close you and they are. Please invite them.
Yeah.
I'm cool with it. And the other person say, well, I'm going to, for the purpose of this party, we are definitely going to coexist. But after the end of this party, we will not have to coexist again until your next party. So I get that is a hard thing to do. And I will tell you that my 40th party, for my friends that were at my 40th party, they might not know who the players were, but that party was a smash. I mean, to today, people are still talking about my 40th birthday party. I don't think in this lifetime I will ever be able to duplicate my 40th party again.
How do you, okay, so a lot of questions come up. Is there one of them that you were friends with before you met the other
absolutely
in the couple? Or did you meet them both at the same time?
No, I grew up with one of them.
Oh,
I've known one of them since I was like 2 years old.
There would be no way I could see myself inviting. If I'm friends with you and I meet your guy, you know what I'm saying, at some point, and then y'all break up and I'm going to invite him to the party. No.
But that's how close me and this other person had become over the course of those years that they were together.
Damn that. My loyalty is to
that was my will. We were Will and Grace. But even though I grew up with you, I hung out with that one all the time.
There would be no way. But I'd have to X that shit out. No.
But that's the thing. There's some friendships you make that are very valuable. Will I say there's other couples out there that I probably would have done the same thing for? Probably not. But that's how much I valued the friendship. Right.
I don't know. Maybe one day I can understand that. Maybe that'll come with age. Because, right? You throw it up, I can throw it too. Maybe as I get older, I'll be able to understand. But no, once we're done, it's done. There is no more sharing friends. There is no more sharing space. There is no more any of that unless.
And I get that. I get that.
And mind you, that's me before now. But having kids in the mix is totally different situation. But I couldn't see myself even now if we became friends. And if we became friends, me and your guy, right? Me and your guy become friends. And in the mix, somehow he and I become friends and you and I stop talking or something like that. Maybe I could see inviting him, but not inviting you. But even that, I just can't see. I cannot see. That's deep. That's deep.
So maybe if I can put this in perspective, and this might help a little. I am still friends with the ex of that person. We are still really good friends. That's how close we were. Do I see that person every day? No. Do I talk to them every day? But if something's big going on in my world or something big is going on in their world, they're definitely going to reach out. So say this. Here's a good example. Maybe this will help a little better. Your sister been dating the same guy for 10, 15 years. Over the course of that 10, 15 years, you and her husband have become best friends. Mm-hmm. Now they get a divorce. Mm-hmm. Is it okay now to just say, brother-in-law, I can't do nothing else with you now because you're not with my sister, even though you know that the friendship that you and him have, he has put himself in that number one position as one of your closest friends. I don't think that's fair to you.
Everybody is mature in the situation. My sister would have to come to me and say, hey, Keenan, I know that you and whoever, I know that y'all are really close. And I know you got this thing coming up. Go ahead and invite him. I don't want you to feel like you can't be friends with him because we're not together. But I would never go to her and ask her, hey, sis, can I invite him? No, because at the end of the day, I wouldn't want to be in a situation whereas I was at the root of any type of whatever because I couldn't figure out how to separate that. If I were still going to be friends with them, which I probably would not, because our connection is my sister. You get what I'm saying?
But is that fair to you?
Connection stops.
So to me, and here, this is a good place here. You were never really a good friend.
Well, but at the same time, there are levels to friendship. This ain't somebody that my life is going to stop and end over. But at the same time, our connection, I met you through my sister. Like my loyalty and my everything is through that one first. So
and you don't think your loyalty still can be with your sister and you still be friends with someone else?
You mean someone that she's been with?
Right.
No, I don't think that there's a way to prioritize that over them. Like, I mean, and I'm speaking in the sense of it becoming a problem or them not wanting to be around each other or something like that. Yeah, that relationship would be done.
I don't think you're being true to yourself in your friendship. I think you have, to me, right there, you've made the decision just because this is my sister or this has been my closest friend for 50 years that I'm not going to interact with anybody that because you're not together.
I didn't say interact. I'm saying there is no. Let me give you a different example. You're dating someone. Okay. The person that you're dating, their mom is best friends with their ex. Tell me, how would that feel for you being in a situation where his mama is bringing his ex along with him everywhere she go?
I think that's a difference.
What's the difference?
Because now you're talking about parents.
Even still, parents, siblings, a friend, okay. It all has the same.
So for me, I guess I can't vision my mother being that close with somebody that I've dated or somebody. That's just me. Knowing how my mama is, that probably ain't gonna happen. But to say my sister, my brother, a childhood friend that I've grown up with,
yeah,
it goes to the maturity level. I think as the best friend of two people that have dated in a long, I wouldn't be fair to myself if I didn't ask. Because me waiting on you to come and say, "Oh, it's okay that you invite such and such."
And you know what? Okay, I'll take it back. In this session, while we're doing this, I said I would never ask them. I might ask. I can see myself asking. But the moment they say, no, I'd rather you sever that relationship and have it be done, there's no other question, no other discussion, no other nothing. It's a wrap. Okay, boo, I got you. But if you sitting there going back and forth, well, why I can't be friends with him and why I can't go do you, boo? Bye-bye.
I think that's selfish.
That's not selfish.
It is. To me,
that's being selfish. Realistic. On what planet am I able to move on with my life and have a healthy relationship with somebody else or a healthy relationship with you. And yet this person that I'm closing the door on, I can't fully close the door on them because you're the link now to them being in my life still. I don't know. That's
Baby,
just
you
my
can
look.
slam that door. That door can be slammed.
But it's not slammed if you're gonna invite him to this party.
Here was your opportunity to say, I don't want them to come. Then I would have to make the decision not to invite that person.
Okay. And then at what point does it become an issue for y'all as friends? Because everything that you have, you're not inviting him because me as your ace is saying, no, don't invite this person.
Knowing me being the person I am, well, I'm gonna have two parties, goddammit. You get party A, you get party B.
That's a whole lot, friend.
That is a lot. But I've never run into any of my friends that have broken up with people. I kind of know where they are.
Yeah.
And I have another friend that broke up like, I don't want that motherfucker nowhere around. I don't want, nope, nope, and nope. If you talking to them, that's cool, but I don't want to hear nothing about it. I don't want, if you having something and you know that they're going to come through, just give me heads up. I'll stay my black butt at home. I know your feelings already about that. So I'm not going to even, to me, I don't need to ask you in that case because you've already expressed how you feel about being in the same circle with them. But if I know that there is some leverage where you two can coexist, you guys, it didn't end to the point where you're don't even want to look at each other. I think you have a little leeway to say, hey, and on top of that, my 40th party was so big that you could have been in another part of the venue and not even know that other person was over there.
Okay, that's fair.
It wasn't like we were standing in someone's kitchen and you got 15, 20 people stuffed in the kitchen.
Yeah. I mean, that's, I get it. I understand. Well, I don't understand. Let me be real. I don't understand, but I get it. I hear what you're saying and I get it, but I don't know. I don't think that any friendship that you're able to produce for me is more valuable to me than you.
I never said that they were more valuable to me. I just said that I value the friendship that I have built with this person to the point. And I don't think so. Let me say this. That's probably once in a lifetime. It's not going to happen too often that you find one of your friends' significant others that you have gotten that close with. And it was I think it's a rare exception that me and this person got this close. It was almost like we were soulmates without being even soulmates, if that makes sense. We really just clicked. Like I say, even to today, we still communicate and talk. And
I'm glad you said that. I do feel like, though, there are times where people can be in your life for a season, and part of that season is for them to introduce you to someone who's supposed to, do something different in your life. You know what I'm saying? Or be there a little bit longer, whatever that looks like. I do feel like sometimes, like, say, for instance, you and Joe have been friends, and Joe is a hypothetical name. You and Joe have been friends for 4 years, only for the universe to bring you his friend, Sammy, who Sammy is really meant to be your lifelong friend, or Sammy is, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I do feel like that can happen. But generally, I think that initial relationship, it 9 times out of 10 dies off. I don't know. It's just hard.
I think you summed it up right there. I think you really get where I was trying to say that, hey, this is a lifetime friend that I've met.
But then that goes back to the person. If they are aware that you and this person have really developed a really strong bond, they should be already in the headspace of, well, my relationship with Dorian is going to have to change because I know that him and the guy got really close. So let me just go ahead and just Dorian, I know you and him are close. I get that. I love that you were able to find that friendship in him, but I'm not able to still do the things that we would normally do because I know that y'all are so close. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially if it was a bad breakup. Of course, that bad breakup ain't got shit to do with you, but it can alter the dynamics.
I think knowing the players in the game and just knowing that sometimes you're going to meet somebody that you're really bonded with and you realize this is most likely a lifelong friendship.
Yeah.
And if they both meant the world to you, obviously both of them meant the world to me because they're still in my inner circles. And not that they come around together. They're never in the same circle together unless it's something that I'm throwing. Right. But the fact is, and with anything, I think over it's been 25 plus years that they've now not been together. I think time heals to the point now that they can even, oh, how you been? You're looking good. I'm glad to see you happy and move on.
Yeah, I believe that too. I do.
But this happened so close. Right. This happened so close to a milestone birthday. I didn't have that luxury of letting the wounds heal. So which is odd for me because I'm not one known to go in directly and say, let's get this done. I try to go that little passive way, but in this case, I had to be really direct because they both meant the world to me and I wanted them both to be there for my 40th birthday.
Okay.
And there was no way I was just going to say, well, let me not invite X, Y, and Z.
Mm-hmm. Now, this is about to be some salty. So, let's say your guy, right? Your guy.
Okay.
Is good friends with one of your friends. They've gotten very, very close. Your guy and you break up because he cheated on you. Fast forward, your friend is now having a party that he wants you at. He wants you at the party. And your ex is there with the person he cheated on you with.
Are you talking to the South Side Chicago Dorian or the Atlanta Dorian?
I'm talking to the Dorian that said at this particular age, he sees things differently now. So run me that one.
This Dorian would be like, blessings come in all disguises. Thank you for getting rid of this for me in this. And I'm going to go on and enjoy myself.
No, baby, no. No, bitch, are you at the party or no?
Oh, okay, to answer that, I'm at the party.
You would?
Yeah.
And so but you would change the dynamic of your friendship with that person that invited your ex and the person that he cheated with, though, right?
Absolutely. Well, I wouldn't say I would change the dynamic of our friendship, but I think that's a one-time event or just an event because it's a party. And okay, so let me say this. Is this like
they're friends. They hanging out.
I know. Is this like a promotion party, a birthday party? What type of party? Because if you're just telling me, oh, I'm just throwing some wings on the grill this weekend and I'm going to invite your ex over with the guy he's cheating with, I'm probably going to say, have a good time. But if you're celebrating a promotion at work, a milestone birthday.
They are friends. They kick it together.
I get what you're saying.
So any party that he has, he's going to be there. Because they close. So him and the person that...
So I'm answering your question.
Oh, okay.
What type of party is this? Just I'm having a party now, today, just to be having a party? Or is this like a big... Some celebrations are celebrating something.
I'm having a party just to have a get-together.
I'm probably not going to come.
Okay. So it would depend on the type of party, whether or not you would go.
There you go.
But yet and still... Now, this was your best friend, right? This was your good Judy. And now your good Judy is hanging out with your ex and the person that your ex cheated on you with.
Of course, the dynamic of our relationship is going in because if you were my best friend and now you're hanging out with my ex.
They became really good friends.
There you go. Then the dynamic of that friendship has to change.
Okay. Just once. Because you're making it seem like it's all me. And it's like, no, bitch, to preserve everything. so that there's no possibility of nothing. Because if you're friends with him, then that means you're finding out secrets that he probably even kept from me. There is no way that does not become a conflict of interest in my book.
Okay, point taken. Point taken.
Okay, because it was hot in here. What is that?
We're going to come back and visit this conversation.
Okay.
We have had a long conversation on friendship, and I think we can have even longer conversations on friendship because they're so broad and so subjective.
True.
So to sum it all up, there is no Webster Dictionary version of the perfect friendship.
No, there's not.
Every friendship has what each other needs. I'm bringing something to the table. You're bringing something to the table. We're mixing it together to make that friendship. Right. And because of personalities and upbringing, we're all so different.
True.
That I can't say, well, when I'm done with Keenan, that, I'm going to go out and find another Keenan. You hear me saying there will never be another Keenan other than yourself.
Oh.
So it would be to my benefit to know that if this relationship has ended, that the next relationship or friendship that I get in, I can't compare it to you and I relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's not the same person. He didn't grow up the same way you did. He doesn't think the same way you do. You know, there's so many other small little factors that make you who you are that he's not going to even possess.
Well, great discussion.
Excellent discussion. And we might have to do a season 3 of friendship again.
Right. All right. Well, thanks for joining us. As always, please stop by blackgaytabletalk.com where you can find access to premium episodes that are not released to the public. You're able to join us for forums, take a look at our store to pick up some new merch. And you can also look at opportunities to join the table. So thanks again for joining. As always.
Thank you.